out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Come on out here, come get some.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the Vikings 47-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. His throw incomplete. And the tight end Luke Stocker was the target. And now it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games. But maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation. And then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27. And they were off to the Super Bowl. And able to work his way down to the 16. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Squeeze, double, double.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man left, man left.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He was trying to find Chad Beebe that time, and it's 3rd and short.
Mike, 180. 45. I got it.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They toss to Freeman. And some space here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him this time.
And Freeman lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The throw complete to Beebe. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check. Tighten up. Gun. Space. Right there. 54 Mike. Right here. Hey, check 24. Kill. 54, stop.
Throwing again. Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Back 25. Check. Watch 54. Watch the run. Gun.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. Freeman a 1st down and more. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 21 yards away. And the Falcons push further out in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Allen Bailey in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. I don't think you got it, sir.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. He's got his man. This is Doxel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Cook. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Don't get nervous.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
They come out here in the eye. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Now Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen there to make the grab, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. 76 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They run, Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's Cousins. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
That's good for our Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Larry! 59! You ain't going nowhere.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
You got him!
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, let's get there. Leave it. Bring up 48. Mike 5'9". Hey, orbit. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Working out of the gun. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll come out in the pistol. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. He finds his man Johnson, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Olabisi Johnson, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as his guys are back within a single score. And they got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 3 buds. Go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
7 yards. It's 2nd down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Jones, a final shot before break. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check hot route. Hot. Check.
Draw play, Madison. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Jahan,
59. That's what I do.
what's that?
Cousins from the gun on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Switch 51. Watch it. Check 21. Down.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He'll look to set up his blockers. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Escaping the pressure right, and he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready, Mike 25. Mike 54. Check right. Ready, snap.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready, blue 80. White.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready. Mike 54. I'm coming.
On second down, Ryan. He's going to get this to Austin, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready, Mike 25. 50, Mike 50. I'm trying to collect. Yo, Mike 50. I hope you brought your left, because I'm about to take you to school.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
On
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Cousins now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. It's brought in by Dodson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Cousins again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Check 13. Three on you. Check 13. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. First down, here's Cousins. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Gets past one man. It's complete. Abdullah. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. It's coming this way.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Open man here is Conklin. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to the ground, Cook.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Cousins, and Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They do tack on the extra point as well, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Set 60 Pittsburgh.
And they will take a knee here. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Let's go now. 60 or. Double time. Hey, 4 down. Say go.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 11 yards there, 1st down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory.